All right, so let's talk about what is a pip, guys. What is a pip? When dealing with currency exchange, the foreign exchange market, we measure price change in the form of pips. So basically, as you can see from this chart, to buy 1 euro, you need 1.13671 USDs. Right? So $1.13 and some fractions. So the way we measure the fraction, because this is the ones place, this is the tenth place, the 100th place, the thousandth place, the 10,000th place, and the 100,000th place, you're dealing with math. So instead of saying, it changed 1/10,000th of a unit, we call it pips. It just makes it a lot easier. So let me give you an example. If on one day the currency was exchange rate was 1.3258, and the next day it changed at 1.3298, it changed or increased by 40 pips. Again, we measure it on the fourth place after the decimal, which is technically the 10,000th place, but it makes it a lot easier to say 40 pips. Just to really kind of make it a little easier, 1 penny in this example equals to 100 pips. So only change 40 pips, right? Now, the only exclusion is when you're dealing with Japanese currency. It's measured on the 100th place because the way it is formatted. And so, more or less, it's pretty simple from there. Let me give you a couple practice rounds. Um, if the Japanese pair went to 101.15 to 101.45, it would have changed 30 pips, basic math. Okay. I'll look at a couple more examples before we finish. So these are yesterday and today's prices. And so as you can see, basic math, it decreased by 2 pips. This one increased by 37 pips. Now, one way you could do it, you just pull out your calculator, type in the numbers, and multiply it times 10,000, and you get that whole number. That's what we're looking for. This one increased by 10 pips. 10 pips, 100 pips, because again, measured on a fourth digit after the decimal, moved 100 units, 100 pips, decreased by 10 pips, so on and so forth. As you can see with the Japanese unit currency pairs, we measured on the second digit after the decimal. So this one increased by 10 pips, this one decreased by 14 pips, 2 pips, 20, so on and so forth. So, it's kind of new in a sense, but at the same time, it's still basic math. So pips, again, is how we measure price change. The exchange rate, when it goes from one price to the next, instead of measured in fractions, we call it pips. With that, I hope you understand it. It's going to take some practices, but definitely you always got your calculator nearby.